That's some tasty water. Hey, welcome back. It's Heidi. So today's video is about Tinder tales, dating fails. That's what the segment will be on. This story specifically, I call it the therapy session because this started off in like December, I think 2019. Was it 20? No, 2018. It was December 2018. And I matched with like a bunch of people and a bunch of guys to be specific. And one of them, I had planned this like cute little date with, and it was trash. It was absolute trash. In fact, if you're the guy that went with me on the date to Taco Bell, hello, how are you? I don't want to play therapy. I don't want to be the therapist again. It was such an interesting date. All right, so okay, now let me lay it out. Let me lay it out for you guys. What had happened was I got off my shift. It was like 10:30, I think, at night. It was nighttime. I think it was like 10:30, somewhere around there. It's a big time gap, I know, but it was somewhere around there. And I sent like one snap that was like, hey, do you want to hang out tonight, to like 10 different guys? And I had one guy, and he went, yeah, I'm not busy. Do you want to hang out? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm down. Like, I can drive. Like, I can drive you if you need me to. And he's like, okay, cool, just meet me down by the local coffee shop. And I meet him there. Right? So here I am in my uniform. It's December. It's freezing. I just got off shift. I smell like fast food, like grease. I looked greasy. I looked so greasy, you could see yourself in like my forehead. Like, it was bad. And it was night, so it was okay. As long as nobody turned on any lights, I was okay. So this coffee shop is Dutch Bros. Mind you, I rarely go to these like Starbucks or Dutch Bros or anything. I rarely drink caffeine. I rarely drink coffee. 10:30 at night, I'm pulling up in this Dutch Bros. And this dude, he looks like he had like really bad acne scars. I think all I remember from him was like he had like pizza face. Like his acne was like bad right here on his cheeks. And he had blonde hair, and like he just had bad acne, and that's I think that's the only thing that struck out to me from his like physical appearance. He kind of looked like his Tinder thing, and I was like, all right, proceed. So I see this guy. I rolled down my window, and he goes, "Hey, are you Heidi?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am. Are you?" I forgot his name. I'm gonna call him Kyle. Are you Kyle? And he's like, "Yeah, I am." And I'm like, "All right, cool, hop in." And I have a pet peeve of people like disrespecting my things. The first thing this young man did, he opens my car, right? He opens the car, he hops in, and then he slams it as hard as he can, like a loud like boom. And in my head, I'm going, this man did not just do this. But in my face, I'm going, so how are you? What'd you do today? Did you do anything fun? And we start talking, and he's like, hey, Dutch Bros is kind of full. Like, and then it was true. Like, the parking lot for the drive-thru was full. Like, you had people waiting in line, on the street. And I was like, okay, no worries. Do you want to go to McDonald's? Do you want to go, like, what else is around here? And he goes, oh, there's a Taco Bell, like, down the street. It's like 2 minutes away. And I was like, okay, let's go then. I turn my happy ass around. I go down the street, and we're talking. And there's a brief pause. And in that brief pause, apparently this kid looks at the Taco Bell because it's on my left side. And I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me. And then he starts talking. And then we kept carrying conversation. And then like 5 minutes later, he goes, oh, by the way, Taco Bell was back there. In my head, I'm going, I'm gonna beat this kid. I really want to beat this kid. But in my face, I'm just going, okay. Oh, no worries. We'll turn around. It's okay. So, I have to turn around in one of the neighborhoods, go up the street again, and then get into the Taco Bell parking lot. And, like, This was the first time I've been to that Taco Bell, and like pretty much any of those restaurants except for the Dutch Bros. So we get to Taco Bell, we go inside, we sit down, it's fairly empty. Not even like 2 minutes before we sit down, he starts going off about his family issues, and everybody has family issues. I understand 100%. I completely understand, but you don't bring them up on the very first date when you're trying to like, know somebody. So the first 5 minutes, he starts going off about his family issues, and he goes, "Oh yeah, my parents are divorced. All four grandparents died of cancer," and he kept going on and on and on. And I'm sitting here like listening intently, and smiling and being like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you doing okay? Oh, where are you from? San Francisco or San Jose? I don't remember. Oh, when do you go back?" Because it was also at the time of winter break, and he goes, "Oh, in 2 days." Mind you, we we had a date planned like the next day. I think it was like to like a Japanese or Asian restaurant of some type, and like we had a whole date planned, and it was at like a specific time, and like it was in a I think it's, what is it called, the Jan. It was a Korean barbecue place, and like we were supposed to be more, it was supposed to be a more formal, like relaxed, but like like an actual date thing, and not like what I did, which was last minute and spontaneous. And I congratulate the guy for being spontaneous as well, but I was not expecting therapy sessions. So we had this date planned, and in my head, I'm already thinking, I kind of don't want to go on this date anymore with this guy. Like, he keeps talking about his family, and 5 minutes turns into 30 minutes, and around that 30-minute mark, people start coming in, and then it's like 11:30, somewhere around there. This dude, he starts seeing people come in, and he goes, "Oh, it's kind of getting packed. Do you want to leave?" In my head, I'm going, "Yes, I want to leave. I would be more than happy to leave. I do not want to be here anymore." But in like, body language, I'm like, "Yeah, of course. My parents are actually kind of calling me. Like, I had my phone on silent. I didn't want to bug you when you were talking, and yeah, like, I kind of have to go." And this dude, he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, you can drop me off by the dorms. I'm just like down the street." I take him back to his place, and he's like, "Hey, do you still want to go on that date?" And I'm like, "I'll think about it. I think I might have to work that day. I might have to work tomorrow." So I think this date happened on a Friday, and then, it was supposed to have like our actual date was supposed to happen on a Saturday. So I was like, "I might have to work tomorrow." And he's like, "Oh, okay, just let me know." So that date ends. I think nothing of it. I go back to my workplace, and like I'm friends with everybody there, or most people there, and like I started telling my coworkers, because some of them were still working at that time, and I was like, "Hey, I just went on a date, and I don't know what to do now. uh, Please help, because I don't know what just happened." And that's what happened like back then. Now I can laugh at it. Like I can just be like, "Oh, that all right, that happened, whatever." That was that date. So the next, I did like, back then I didn't know how to like say no. Now I do, but like back then I didn't know how to say no. So I was like, "Oh, I'll think about it. Okay, I'll think about it. Like I'll let you know." And then, so the next day he snaps me, like he Snapchats me, and he sends me it's like a blurry picture of his I guess dorm room, and he writes in the red ink, when you draw on the pictures and stuff, he writes it in red. He writes 24 hours, and I'm like, "No, no, 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 thank you." So I tried to play it off like, 24 hours for what? And then he goes, "Till I have to leave to go back home to San Monica," or I don't remember where he was from in California. So I was like, "Oh, okay, I kind of don't want to go on this date anymore." And he goes, "Oh, okay, it's fine, don't worry." Or I think that's how it went. I actually don't remember. I really can't remember. And that was that on that date. So it was like, Jesus Christ. Like back then, I didn't really think much about it. But like now that I like when I tell my friends this story, they were like, they laugh at it and I laugh at it because like it's a funny story. Like I had to play therapist for 30 minutes. I had to play therapist for 30 minutes, and I'm not even a psychology major. Like I took psychology in that semester, but I'm not a psychology major. That was the first date. That was for Tinder. That was one of three. For college, that was one of like eight. That's not eight. This is eight. One of eight. And don't want to four. I'll call it four. I can't count because there's another date that I had, but like we actually kept going on dates, and I actually enjoyed that guy. Like I like this company and I like him in general. But that's besides the point. I'll tell those dates another time. Thanks for listening to me ramble about this guy. And if you have any Tinder dates or Tinder tales, please go ahead and tell me in the comments if you liked it, if it was goofy. Please like and subscribe because there's more headassery where that came from. Thanks for watching. So that being said, thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next one, goon. So fuck like Gaston knows. Stuck like Gaston. Till I have to leave till bad.